Welcome to my channel. Today I will tell you about a catastrophic and very terrible earthquake, which caused great losses that I wish you a pleasant viewing. On May 12, 2008, a powerful cataclysm struck the Chinese province of Sichuan. The magnitude of the earthquake was 7.9 on the Richter scale. The epicenter of the earthquake was located 90 kilometers from the provincial administrative center, Chengdu. Repeated tremors were felt in Beijing, 1,500 kilometers away from the epicenter, as well as in neighboring countries. In Shanghai, office buildings were shaking, employees were running into the streets in a panic, and evacuation began. 5.36 million buildings were completely destroyed, and over 21 million were damaged. Millions of Chinese residents have been left homeless. The total economic damage from the earthquake was estimated at 86 billion US dollars. Please like this video and subscribe to this new channel, and you will see many more interesting and useful things. As a result of the earthquake, over 18,000 families lost their children, mostly in collapsed school buildings, so the Chinese government allowed them to have another child. At that time, the one family, one child policy, which was abolished in 2016, was in effect. After the earthquake, people continued to die. Landslides covered rescuers and workers who were trying to repair roads in the most affected areas. The roads were clogged with cars, and people who were homeless spent the night on the streets and in parks. Due to landslides, a lot of water has accumulated at the dams. The dam of the Kapingpu power plant is the largest of similar structures located in the province, reaching a height of about 150 m. The tremors caused deep cracks to form in the structure. In addition, the airlock and power generating systems at the station were damaged. The threat of a dam breach was averted with the help of emergency measures taken by the authorities. Almost 2,000 soldiers were engaged in repairs. In addition, it was necessary to reduce the pressure on the structure, and therefore measures were taken to reduce the water level in the storage. The misadventures did not end there. 2 months later, rains hit Sichuan, which caused 50 landslides, destroyed more than 200 buildings, and damaged roads. In total, 300,000 people were affected by heavy rains in the province. In the city of Mianyang alone, the economic damage from the disaster amounted to almost $18 million. The aftershocks continued for several more months. In total, seismologists counted more than 10,000 tremors. In addition to the natural causes of the movement of the lithospheric plates, it has been suggested that the earthquake could have been caused or aggravated artificially, and that the catalyst was a huge dam located 5 kilometers from the epicenter. A significant volume of water could exert pressure on the structure sufficient to affect the condition of the rocks. Cracks could form that spread 500 m deep into the earth to a geological fault. Water could have penetrated into the cracks and had a corresponding effect by its pressure. The Chinese government estimated earthquake losses at more than $150 billion, 3 times more than it took to prepare Beijing for the Olympic Games. It was necessary to provide new homes to 3.9 million victims, rebuild schools, rebuild factories and office buildings. In addition, it was necessary to strengthen the existing structures and make them more resistant to tremors. The plan called for the construction of 169 hospitals and 4,432 schools to replace the destroyed ones, and the reconstruction of 2,600 schools. In total, according to the Commission's estimates, it took about 8 years to get life back on track in the province. Other countries also helped China recover. In particular, the Taiwan Red Cross Society in 7 cities and counties of Sichuan, Gansu, and Shaanxi provinces helped rebuild 43 schools, 43 hospitals, and 1 rehabilitation center for the disabled, as well as provided financial assistance to students and took care of the health of the elderly and children. Taiwan's Sichuan Earthquake Relief Project was successfully completed on March 2, 2016. A week after the earthquake, Chinese residents froze in silence for 3 minutes as a sign of mourning. Millions of cars stopped. Citizens, rescuers, police, officers, all bowed their heads to honor the memory of the victims. Thanks for watching.